going on? Well, if you run an arcade, you're running this problem once in a while. We got a game down. Target terror. It caused me problems. Don't know if the monitor went out. I don't hear it playing blind. But this guy's been kind of wishy-washy. I've had multiple target terrors, like 3 of them, and they seem to be a pain. So we're going to look into it. Maybe hook up a code generator.
Yeah, we're going to hook up the test pattern generator to the monitor just to see if the monitor is working properly, and then
kind of see where we're at, see if we need to replace the monitor or if I need to work on the PCB, the motherboard actually.
Just some random repair madness.
Needs to be done, so let's do it.
This job would be great if it wasn't for the customers.
Welcome to OK Bottom. Yeah.
I'm Walter Day, the father of esports, and you're watching Matty Mo's Arcade.
And you know how long it's been since I played Whac-A-Mole?
I'm getting ready to attack, fanny pack attached. Tokens are all stacked, got the mallet in my grasp. Waiting for the moles, hiding in their holes. Score, we're keeping tally, I'll be playing till they close now. Can't nobody beat my high score. You can't beat my high score. Can't nobody beat my high score. You can't beat my high score. I'm a mallet master, a single-fisted blaster. You can ask my baby, it starts slow then gets faster. I'm a record setter.
Gonna hook up the test pattern generator. I do believe this is a Wells Gardner 9400.
9400.
Which means it's a pain in the ass. Oh, this is going to be hard to get off here too. It's got a really tough little lip, ridge, whatever there.
Challenging.
Okay, and so I don't know if anybody can even see any of that. But I'm going to set this on medium resolution, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. So I'm ready. I guess we can come around front with the camera before you turn it on.
Let me look up here. I'll look up to see if it's medium res. I think it's standard.
No, you think it's standard? Well, where that's plugged into, I thought it was standard myself, but
Target temperature, blah, blah, blah.
It's a hubba ha.
That didn't tell me. Great. Oh, wait a minute.
I tell you what, megahertz or whatever it is.
Where are these?
Gigawatts.
Gigawatts. No. Just other machines made by Raw Affairs at the time was Fast and Furious and blah, blah, blah.
Alright, entertain the audience for a second while I look at the monitor.
Oh, yeah. No. Now, hopefully we get this figured out. Like I said, target terror has been a bane in my side. I love the game, though, because it's so graphically hilarious. It's one of the only shooting games I know of where you have combos. And you can shoot the players anywhere. There's a huge bunch of power-ups and secret stuff that you can find out as long as you keep shooting. And it's got great weapons. And it's made by the guy that made Defender. And I'm sure I mentioned before in other videos. Check them out. This is
Eugene Jarvis.
Eugene, you're right. See Matt's used for something once in a while. It's a rarity. Like, where's my beer, Matt? That'd be helpful. Here it is.
Right next to mine. Okay, so I did put it on standard, and I had this I had this thing set up for a Sanyo 20EZ, so it's a good thing we didn't. It would have been all kinds of wacko.
If we get a picture at all, I got a feeling this monitor's
We're ready.
going out. Let me go ahead and plug it in.
Well, this is the 9400. They have issues where they just don't have a picture on the screen. They get, unless I'm confusing myself, the 9200 for sure was tri-sync, would get lost and not lock onto the proper sync, and would just have no signal.
I wonder if we're even getting power to the
I didn't hear any
monitor. Yeah.
high voltage, and the TPG's on, so we should have an image if it's. You have neck glow. I still didn't hear any high voltage.
Yeah, I don't see a neck glow either. So I think I need to check my power supply. I might need a jumper it.
Your power supply won't have anything to do with powering on the monitor.
Well, the way this is kind of rigged up.
Your AC is separate than your DC. And you have AC power going to your marquee. It came on.
Oh, so it should go right to there. Huh. Well, and you're generating the signal, so
Yeah.
what happens if you change the signal on the fly? Does that hurt something?
It won't do it. You have to
Turn it off.
power cycle it. But it's not going to make that monitor come to life by changing anything on the TPG. Like I didn't hear any life sounds out of that thing.
Right. Yeah, the board's powered on here, but
I'd start with the fuse. Check your connections. We'll be right back while we check the basics. We are in super cramped quarters back here. So this is the power plug that comes to the monitor chassis that gives the monitor power. We did test this with the game on, and we are getting 118 volts through here, so that's good. The next thing I wanted to test, because we are on the basics, is the fuse. There's a fuse that's right behind that connector, and when we tested that, it was bad. So we're looking for the little itty bitty monitor fuse, and it's a 3 amp 250 volt. So we're going to get one of those, throw it in here. I think some wiring just got tapped and crossed and blew the fuse. I don't think the actual monitor chassis itself blew it this time, in this case anyway. And then Mike said, next, we have a problem where this fan's not kicking on, and so we don't think that this motherboard back here is getting power, which is powered by this power supply right here. So once we can get power going up here to the monitor, then we'll start focusing on the board, and then probably should have this game going here in the next hour, tops.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, we replaced the fuse. We know that's blown. Hopefully, this guy used to be on the other side over there, so I didn't move it, and that's a possibility of taking out the monitor or the fuse, to cross, like Matt said, a wire crossed or a nickel fell on the board. So I'm going to go plug it in, and if it doesn't explode like Butterhorn's monitor, we're going to be happy. Alright, here goes.
Fire in a hole.
Doesn't take me out. Standing behind it. Oh, I saw a green flash.
That was probably the fuse. I did not hear anything. So yeah, we're going to have to pull that chassis.
Yep, we got an issue somewhere.
But we have a monitor on standby, right?
Fired that hurt. That fried a 3 amp slow blow. Yeah, I have one out in the garage. The chassis should work. Matt's gone through it supposedly, so hopefully we can just plug it in.
7,500, so.
I don't know, that's a 25. This is a 27 inch.
Well, we can at least see the damn game on there.
Yeah.
And get the thing working. You're going to have to modify your own cabinet.
We'll check it out, this chassis, see if it's something common, something easy. What could make it blow? Cap or
What, this one?
anything?
Yeah, it could be a hot, could be. I mean, the hot's probably bad. Flyback could be bad. It could be bad news. We have nothing coming out of that one.
We'll have to just with it blowing that.
It's not something simple.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be traced down and.
You're gonna owe me some money on that one.
All right. Well, it never aces every time, but we'll keep plugging along.
Yep. Let's grab another monitor.
Let's do it. Well, we decided that not to mess with lug-around 27-inch monitors this evening. Yeah, because it's later in the evening and whatnot. So we're moving on to the next project. I got a claw machine that seems to have a little distortion in the sound. It has a lock on it.
Is it like a feedback, or is it like kind of what my mic does, where it's
kind of a feedback? Well, kind of like it sounds like
a hum,
like scratchy thunder.
Okay.
It's not constant, but it in and out.
Okay.
So I'm hoping maybe. I noticed that this lock on the side here it's meant for you to turn off the machine from the outside, so you don't have to unplug it or flip a breaker. There's no on-off switch.
Okay.
For the operator, has voltage running through it to actually do what it does, and the connection's kind of a little janky. I don't know.
And it actually powers the whole machine through that lock. So
correct.
Well,
not the whole machine. It powers the control panel and your control panel basically.
And your board, right? Because the music comes on.
The light. Well, I guess the GI lighting still stays on.
Right.
So
That's AC voltage.
basically, I'm just gonna run a little jumper wire.
I was just thinking. I was like, man, I wonder if that lock is shorting out to the coin door, but that means we'd be zapping on each.
Well, I have got voltage through it. I have been zapped before, feeling around on it, or touching the outside. So I'm just going to bypass it. I could just cut it and tape it up, but I'm going to just...
The reason I ask for the viewers is usually when there's a hum like that, it's a grounding issue. So that's why I was asking Mike the questions to see if something was grounding somewhere.
Well, it could be that because there is no ground. It's just basically the 120 on one side is being run through it. There is no ground in the area. And there's no normal power supply in this thing. It's basically just coming straight out of the wall into the harness.
That door is actually probably grounded itself. So if the lock makes metal on metal contact to the door, you could be grounding it. That's why I was curious if we touch that metal door and it's doing its funny thing. If we're doing
zap later?
Yeah.
I hope not. You touch it first, we'll find out.
Right.
Is that cool?
No, we'll just go ahead and
your nickname's Sparky anyway, so why would it matter?
I would like to keep as many brain cells as possible,
Sparky.
but
so I haven't got to it yet, but let's push this little jumper wire into the plug here. It's not going to be rocket science by any means.
yeah, not a major repair, just
I should probably turn
some
it off,
troubleshooting.
but I don't care. Well, lose power when I unplug this to a certain degree. You hear the speaker?
Yeah.
It off. So I'm blinded by the light here, but I'm gonna try to.
Blinded. Oh, I better not sing.
Yeah, do a little operation here. I'm just gonna kind
Don't zap yourself by doing that
of
either.
ground myself out. I made my.
But that's just one side of the 120. You need both.
I'm sure it all could juice you a little bit.
That scares me every time.
You know what? I doubled those up, thinking I'll make them fatter, but that ain't gonna work. That is not going to work. So I have to flatten them out some here. Yeah, when that claw snaps, it's got some bite to it.
And we did have some questions about power on another Challenger machine from a viewer, so I will stick my head in this thing and try to get some shots of the inside to see if there's any fuses to check to see. But I guess this lock would be a good place for him to check too, because if that lock's not turning the right way, he won't get any power, right?
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that. Went to short this summer.
So if you are watching, I guess we didn't intend for this part of it to be helpful for you, but it actually is.
Go ahead and grab me my clippers over there so I can clip the ends of this wire off. Wire snippers or anything. The green ones, my green guys should be in there, or the might be on the pin.
I just never pull anything out of your
on
bag.
the Adams family, you know the. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. Sorry, gentlemen and ladies.
But yeah, definitely.
I thought I'd double it up so it fit the pins better, but it made it too wide, so I can't push it into the pin. And now the leads are too long; it doesn't want to go in either. So I'm shortening it, redesigning my jumper wire.
I'm gonna get a
not get shocked at the same time.
real good close-up view of what you're doing. So I would try this too, and maybe if you don't have the key to that lock, you wouldn't be able to power the game on.
Right, that'd be an easy fix. Just unplug this guy, see my connection ain't good enough here. So.
And basically, he's just sticking a wire from one side into the other to connect it, and then we're gonna duct tape it up and get redneck wild.
Right. Now it does have 3 wires coming out. I might need to kind of see why this guy, because I'm not.
It's not 100% still, huh?
Yeah, it's not. It's like the plug-in's got some issues. I need to get a little better wire because we're getting a little.
I see it sparkage.
Yeah. Well, it acts like there's a ground. There's 3 wires coming out of it, and there's only 2 wires in this guy. So
It looks like there's a ground right there. Is it black?
there's a black there, but this goes to there.
That's it. That's probably supposed to go somewhere, though.
You would think. Let's see.
But yeah, if you don't have a key to that lock, you can't turn that game back on. So you can
Right.
try to rig those 2 wires, and that might get your game to come on there. I didn't realize it had that lock there when I was talking to him last night.
Yeah, that can be easily turned off. I guess I should be more worried about getting this out here. I'm fearless.
Like I said, I don't think it can zap because it's only one side,
Put your tongue on it.
unless you ground yourself.
Like stick my feet on
Even
it.
then, I'm not sure exactly 100%. I've been drinking,
This guy's all metal.
and I don't want to give my 100% stamp of approval on that, but
Well, it's not, we're going to tape it up some, make it official, but oh, does it work?
yeah, you got
Credits.
credits.
Love the claw machine. Winner every time. Mario! Super Mario.
It's me, Mario.
Gotta put something cushiony
Yeah, you
down
need to
there.
put like a couple towels or one thick towel or something.
They're in plastic to preserve them a little better, but even that's a little harsh on it.
It'd be different if it was just some Smarties and some Laffy Taffies and stuff.
I can't afford that. I put special treats in here.
Look at all of Mike's goodies he's got in here. There's arcade buttons, brain teasers.
I do better if I don't look.
Miss.
All in all, it's a pretty nice candy cream because the music and it plays the Jaws theme. It's got a nice track mode
it
to
is
it.
a cool track mode. Can you set that off? Oh, I guess it's got credits, so I won't do it.
Possibility there are dip switch settings in this guy. The board is actually right here underneath this panel. Panel lifts up. And that's basically the only
Do
way
you see any fuses in there? I can hand you the flashlight.
I can look, but
I just thought maybe there would be a fuse right where the AC came in.
It looks as if the AC just runs up into the this harness more or less and splits off.
There's got to be a fuse somewhere. It might be on the actual PCB itself then.
Yeah, this is just wired straight.
But usually there's like a panel where it comes in. I'm not sure.
It's coming right through the back of the machine.
It just comes through a hole and there's nothing there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Already looked into that.
Well, that makes it easier for him to check too, because they don't have to dig into the bottom of that thing.
And then, like I said, the main logic board's right here underneath. There's an access panel.
Here, check to see. I bet the fuse is on it. You can see from underneath there.
Well, there ain't much to it.
No fuse? There's got to be a fuse somewhere.
Dip switch settings. I don't see a fuse, but you're welcome to take a gander. Get out of your way.
I'll try to find it off camera so we don't have to come back and update.
Anywho, that was something to do. On to the next project.
Yeah, I'm going to check out this fuse situation and then we'll move on to the next.
There is no fuse. There's no spoon.
It's got to be a fuse, man. So these two right here are going to be ground and 5 volt. So what do we get here? Did I not turn the game on? I didn't turn the game on. I guess that would help. Hang on.
Here it is. A nice little trade. The person I traded got what they wanted. I got what I wanted. And a pretty good deal on it too. Super hang on.
What I want.
That comes later.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on fire.
Whoa.
Lots of smoke.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching.
When you take care of people, people take care of you in this community.
That's the truth.
So everyone, please remember that. Even if we're competitors, we're not enemies.